Before you do anything else tonight, pause. Let your shoulders soften. Let your breath slow. You're not here by accident. Something in you knew you needed a gentler ending to this day. Even if your mind feels busy, even if your body is tired in ways sleep alone hasn't fixed, you are safe right now. Nothing is being asked of you. You don't need to improve, understand, or try. Simply being here is already enough. As you listen, notice how your body responds to permission. Permission to rest. Permission to stop holding everything together. The part of you that's been quietly doing its best all day, maybe all your life, can finally exhale. Tonight is not about effort. It's about allowing healing to reach you in the easiest way possible. Sleep is a sacred doorway. When you rest, your defenses soften. The walls you didn't even know you were holding up begin to dissolve. This is when the deepest parts of you are most open to kindness, to reassurance, to new ideas about what is possible for your body, your heart, and your life. And what you hear now matters more than you think. You may have spent years falling asleep to worry, to replaying conversations, to questioning yourself. Tonight can be different. The last thoughts you carry into sleep don't just fade, they linger. They shape how safe your nervous system feels. They influence how gently you wake up. They become quiet instructions your mind follows while you rest. You don't have to believe every word right away. Healing doesn't demand belief, it responds to openness. Even a small willingness is enough. Your subconscious is listening with curiosity, not judgment. It doesn't argue, it receives. And what it receives repeatedly becomes familiar, then natural, then true. If you've been hard on yourself, exhausted by trying to be better, or disappointed that change hasn't happened faster, let that soften too. Nothing has gone wrong. You are not broken, you are not late, you are not failing at healing. You are simply learning a kinder way to speak to yourself, beginning in the one place where transformation happens most gently, sleep. As the night deepens, the words you hear will begin to feel less like instructions and more like comfort, like reassurance you've been waiting for without realizing it. You may notice your breathing deepen, your jaw unclench, your thoughts slow. This is your system remembering how to feel safe. You don't need to stay awake for this to work. In fact, the more you drift, the more deeply these messages can settle. Let them wash over you. Let them replace the old inner conversations that no longer serve you. Let tonight be the night you stop trying to heal and simply allow healing to happen. Rest now. You are supported. And while you sleep, something within you is already beginning to change. Now that you are here, I invite you to notice your body exactly as it is. There is nothing you need to change, nothing you need to hold in place. Simply allow yourself to feel where you are resting. Notice the surface beneath you, supporting you without effort. You do not have to support yourself anymore. Life is holding you now. Let your shoulders soften. Many people carry the weight of the day there without realizing it. All the small responsibilities, the unspoken concerns, the effort of being attentive and capable. You may gently tell your shoulders that they are finished working for today. They can relax, they can lower, they can be heavy. Your breath does not need instruction. It already knows how to slow when it feels safe. Simply notice it. Notice how it moves in and out of you without asking permission. Each breath is a quiet reassurance that life continues to care for you. You do not need to manage it. As your breath deepens, allow your body to recognize that the day has ended. Whatever was unfinished can wait. Whatever was unresolved does not need your attention now. Night is a natural pause. It is not a failure to stop. It is wisdom. I want you to hear this clearly. You have done enough today. Even if your mind says otherwise, your body knows the truth. Simply arriving at this moment means you have lived through everything the day required of you. That is enough. Many of us were taught to stay alert, even at rest, to be prepared, to be responsible. To keep listening for what might be needed next. Over time, this makes rest feel unfamiliar. Tonight, you are learning again how to rest without watching yourself. You may gently bring awareness to your jaw. Notice if it is holding anything. Often the jaw carries unspoken words, swallowed emotions, effort held quietly. You can let it loosen now. There is nothing you need to say, nothing you need to explain. Your hands may relax as well. Hands that have been doing, holding, giving, fixing, they may rest open now. They do not need to grasp anything. They are allowed to be still. Rest is not something you achieve. It is something you allow. When you stop asking yourself to stay alert, the body responds with relief. This relief is healing. It tells every part of you that it may stand down. I have seen many people struggle to rest because they believe rest must be earned. They tell themselves they will relax later, when things are better, when they feel calmer, when they have done enough. But the body does not heal in the future. It heals now when it feels safe. You do not need to prove anything tonight. You do not need to be productive, insightful, or strong. You are allowed to simply exist. This permission is powerful. It shortens long years of exhaustion. It teaches the body that it no longer needs to stay braced. As you lie here, notice how the bed or chair supports your weight completely. You are not holding yourself up. You are being held. Life does this naturally, without effort, without judgment. You are allowed to receive this support. Your legs may grow heavier now. They have carried you through many days, many years. They may rest deeply. There is nowhere you need to go, no place you must arrive. Tonight, stillness is enough. If thoughts arise, you do not need to push them away. You may simply let them pass like clouds. The sky does not chase the clouds. It allows them to move on. You can do the same. I want to speak directly to your body now, because the body understands kindness more readily than explanation. Your body has listened to you for a long time. It has responded to stress, to urgency, to effort. Tonight, you offer it something different. You may gently say to yourself, either aloud or silently, I give myself permission to rest. Let those words settle. There is no need to repeat them perfectly. Let them drift through you. Your body will receive them. Many people do not realize how much energy they spend holding themselves together, holding emotions inside, holding expectations up, holding fear at bay. When permission to rest is given, that energy returns. This is how healing begins without force. You may notice warmth spreading through your body, or a sense of heaviness, or a gentle floating. Whatever you experience is right. There is no correct way to rest. Your stomach may soften now. It often holds unprocessed feelings. It may relax when it senses safety. You can thank it for all it has carried for you. Your chest may feel lighter. Breathing may become slower and deeper. The heart feels comforted when it no longer feels watched or judged. Tonight is not about effort. It is about allowing life to care for you in the simplest way possible. Sleep is not something you fall into by trying. It arrives when the body no longer feels pressured. You may gently remind yourself, it is safe for me to stop now. These words are not instructions. They are reassurance. Reassurance that nothing bad will happen if you let go. Reassurance that life continues even when you rest. I want you to imagine that the day is gently closing, like a book being set aside. You do not need to reread it. You do not need to analyze it. Tomorrow will open to a new page. Tonight, you are free. Some people worry that if they rest deeply, they will lose control. Yet control is not what brings peace. Trust does. Trust that the body knows what to do. Trust that life supports you even in stillness. As your body continues to settle, you may feel yourself drifting. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to listen carefully. These words are meant to accompany you, not demand attention. Rest is your natural state. Long before you learned to worry, your body knew how to rest. You are remembering that now. You may gently repeat, if it feels comforting, I allow myself to rest now. Let the words fade into the background as your body takes over. You are safe, you are supported, and nothing more is required of you tonight. As your body settles more comfortably, I invite you to turn your attention to the gentle movement of your thoughts. You do not need to follow them. You do not need to correct them. Simply notice that they are there, like sounds in the distance, growing softer as the night deepens. Many people carry the entire day. They replay moments, reconsider words, and wonder what might have been done differently. This habit is not wrong. It developed as a way to stay prepared. Tonight, you are allowed to set that habit down. The day has already happened. Nothing needs to be reviewed right now. There will be plenty of time tomorrow for thinking and planning. Night is not for solving. Night is for releasing. You may imagine the events of the day gently loosening their hold on you. Conversations drift away. Responsibilities fade into the background. They are not disappearing forever. They are simply resting, just as you are. If a thought arises that feels persistent, you do not need to push it away. Resistance creates tension. Instead, you may quietly say to it, "Thank you. I will return to you later." The mind responds kindly when it is respected. Thoughts slow naturally when they feel heard. When you stop arguing with them, they lose their urgency. They begin to pass through you more easily, like leaves floating down a calm stream. You may notice spaces between thoughts now, small pauses where nothing needs to be considered. These spaces are important. They are the doorways into rest. You do not need to fill them. Your mind has worked very hard for you. It has protected you, guided you, and helped you make sense of the world. Tonight, you may thank it for its service and invite it to rest as well. I often remind people that the mind does not heal through effort. It heals through quiet. When the mind is allowed to slow, it resets itself naturally. Old patterns loosen. New ideas form without strain. You may gently say to yourself, I release this day. Let those words be soft. There is no need to repeat them many times. One sincere repetition is enough. Your subconscious listens carefully at night. It does not argue. It receives. As the words settle, you may feel a sense of relief, the feeling of being finished. The comfort of knowing you do not have to carry anything forward right now. Your thoughts may become less defined now. They may drift in and out. This is a sign that your system is moving towards sleep. You do not need to hold on to clarity. Blurring is welcome. Some people worry when their thoughts begin to wander. They fear losing control. But drifting is not losing control. It is entering trust. Sleep arrives when vigilance softens. You may notice your breathing becoming slower and more rhythmic. Each breath gently signals the mind that it is safe to let go. The body and mind work together when they are not rushed. If memories arise, allow them to pass without judgment. They are simply echoes. You are not required to respond to them. They will fade on their own when given no resistance. I want you to know that nothing important will be lost by resting now. Insight does not disappear in sleep. In fact, clarity often returns more easily after rest. Letting go tonight supports tomorrow. You may gently repeat, my mind is allowed to rest. These words are an invitation, not a command. Let them float through you like a lullaby. The meaning matters less than the feeling of reassurance they bring. As thoughts slow, your awareness may turn inward. You may feel heavier, warmer, or more distant from the edges of the room. This is natural. This is the body preparing for deep rest. You do not need to stay present for what comes next. You do not need to remember every word. These messages are reaching you in the way that is most helpful. If you find yourself drifting in and out of awareness, that is perfect. Sleep is not something you watch happen. It happens when you stop watching. The day is complete. The night is holding you. Your only task now is to allow. You may quietly say to yourself one last time, I let this day go. And with that, you can drift freely. Nothing is being asked of you. Nothing needs your attention. Rest is already unfolding. As your mind grows quieter, your heart becomes more present. This is often when feelings rise gently to the surface. There is nothing to fear in this. The heart speaks softly when it finally has space. Tonight, you are listening without needing to respond or fix anything. For many people, the night is when the inner voice becomes more noticeable. When distractions fade, old judgments sometimes appear. Thoughts about what you should have done differently, who you should be by now, or how you might have disappointed yourself or others. These thoughts are habits, not truths. I want you to know that this voice was learned. It did not begin with you. Somewhere along the way, you were taught to correct yourself in order to be accepted. Over time, correction became criticism. Tonight, you are choosing a different way. The heart heals when it feels spoken to with kindness. Harsh words tighten it. Gentle words open it. Even when you do not fully believe them, kind words create safety. Safety allows healing to begin. You may notice areas of your heart that feel tender or tired. That tenderness does not mean something is wrong. It means you have cared deeply. It means you have tried. And that deserves respect, not judgment. I invite you now to speak to yourself as you would to someone you love. You would not demand perfection from them. You would not tell them they were behind or failing. You would reassure them. You would let them rest. You may gently say to yourself, I speak to myself with kindness. Let the words be slow. Let them be warm. Your heart listens more closely than you realize. Many people have spent years speaking to themselves in ways they would never speak to another. This creates a quiet ache that follows them through life. When you change your inner language, you change your experience of being alive. The heart does not respond to pressure. It responds to love. When you speak kindly to yourself, the heart begins to soften. Breathing deepens. The body relaxes further. Sleep becomes more peaceful. You may notice emotion rising now. This is a sign of release. Tears, warmth, or a sense of openness are all welcome. Nothing needs to be controlled. The heart knows how to heal when it feels safe. I have seen many people transform simply by changing how they speak to themselves at night. When the last words they hear before sleep are loving, their bodies rest more deeply. Their mornings begin more gently. Over time, their lives soften. You may gently repeat, I approve of myself. This is not something you must earn. Approval is a choice. And choosing it now sends a powerful message to your subconscious. You are enough. The subconscious mind accepts what it hears repeatedly. It does not argue. It does not analyze. It simply receives. When you offer it kindness, it begins to reflect that kindness back to you. Old self-criticism may try to return. That is all right. You do not need to engage with it. Simply notice it and return to gentler words. Over time, the old voice loses its strength. Your heart is learning that it no longer needs to defend itself. It no longer needs to brace against judgment. It can rest. You may notice your body sinking more deeply into the surface beneath you. This is the physical expression of emotional safety. When the heart relaxes, the body follows. I invite you to let loving phrases wash over you now. You do not need to repeat them all. Simply let them be present. I am loved. I am safe. I am learning. I am enough. Let these words drift in and out like soft music. Your heart will take what it needs. There is nothing you need to resolve tonight. Healing is happening without effort. The heart opens when it feels met, not managed. As sleep draws closer, the sound of these words may fade. That is perfect. They have already reached you. They will continue to work gently while you rest. You are learning a kinder way to live with yourself. And that learning continues now, quietly. As you drift, as your heart settles into kindness, your body is ready to do what it has always known how to do. It knows how to restore itself. Long before you learn to worry or push or try harder, your body understood balance. Tonight, you are allowing it to remember. You do not need to direct this process. You do not need to focus on any one place. Your body listens best when it is trusted. Trust tells it that it is safe to repair, safe to renew, safe to let go of strain. Every part of you has been working faithfully for many years. Muscles have held you upright. Organs have processed each moment of your life. Cells have replaced themselves quietly again and again. Tonight, you may thank your body simply by letting it rest. I invite you to notice how stillness feels now. Not empty, not heavy, just quiet. This quiet is not absence, it is presence without effort. It is the state in which healing occurs most naturally. Many people fear their bodies. They listen only when there is discomfort. They worry when something feels different. Yet the body is not your enemy. It is your ally. It responds lovingly to reassurance. You may gently speak to your body now, as though it can hear you, because it can. Thank you for carrying me. Thank you for protecting me. You may rest now. These words are not symbolic. They are instructions of kindness. The body receives them as safety. As you sleep, your body reorganizes itself. It releases what is no longer needed. It restores balance. It renews energy. This happens without effort, without thought. Your only role is to allow. You may notice a sense of warmth or gentle pulsing or heaviness in your limbs. These are signs of deep relaxation. They are welcome. There is nothing to analyze. If discomfort has been part of your experience, you do not need to focus on it tonight. You may simply offer reassurance. Fear tightens the body. Love softens it. You may gently say, "My body knows how to heal." Let those words drift through you. Your subconscious receives them without question. It carries them into the deepest levels of rest. Many people have spent years believing they must control their bodies in order to stay safe. They monitor sensations, judge changes, and brace against the unknown. Tonight, you are choosing a different relationship. You are choosing cooperation. The body responds quickly to trust. When fear is released, muscles loosen. Circulation improves. Breathing deepens. Healing accelerates. I have seen people regain balance simply by stopping the inner fight with their bodies. When they offered acceptance instead of resistance, the body responded with relief. Sleep is one of the body's greatest gifts. It is a sacred time when defenses lower and restoration becomes effortless. You do not need to stay awake for this to work. In fact, the deeper you drift, the more easily the body restores itself. You may notice your awareness becoming dimmer now. Sounds may fade. Thoughts may dissolve. This is not something to resist. This is the body guiding you toward renewal. You may gently repeat, "I allow my body to restore itself." Let the words fade as soon as they are spoken. They have already been heard. Your body does not need reminders. It needs permission. Permission to stop compensating. Permission to soften. Permission to return to balance. As sleep deepens, your cells are listening. They are receiving messages of peace, trust, and acceptance. They respond to gentleness far more readily than to pressure. You are not fixing anything tonight. You are allowing something ancient and wise to take place. There is nothing you need to watch, nothing you need to manage. Healing is unfolding quietly, steadily, in the background of rest. Your body is safe. Your body is supported. Your body is learning ease. And you may drift now, knowing that while you sleep, renewal is already happening. Now there is very little for you to do. In fact, there is nothing you need to do at all. The body is resting. The mind has softened. The heart has been spoken to with kindness. Everything that needed attention has been gently met. What remains now is trust. Trust is not something you force yourself to feel. It is something that arises naturally when effort ends. When you stop holding everything together, life begins to hold you. I want you to feel this holding now, not as an idea, but as a sensation. The way the bed supports you without question. The way your breath continues without direction. The way the night surrounds you quietly, asking nothing in return. You do not need to stay alert for anything. Nothing important will be missed. Life does not require vigilance while you sleep. In fact, life works most gracefully when you rest. Many people have spent years believing they must remain in control in order to be safe. They learned this from circumstances that required strength and awareness. But that chapter has ended for tonight. Control may rest now. When control rests, trust takes its place. Trust that life knows how to support you. Trust that your body knows how to heal. Trust that your heart knows how to soften. You do not need to understand how this happens. You only need to allow it. As you drift further, words may begin to feel distant. Meanings may blur. This is a sign that your conscious mind is stepping aside. The subconscious is listening now. And the subconscious responds beautifully to reassurance. I want to speak gently to that deeper part of you. You are safe. You are cared for. You are supported by life itself. These are not hopes. They are truths that become clearer when fear grows quiet. You may have spent many nights falling asleep to worry, to replaying moments, to wondering what might go wrong. Tonight, something different is happening. The last thoughts you carry into sleep are soft, they are loving, they are kind. This matters more than you know. The thoughts you fall asleep with do not disappear. They settle. They become part of the atmosphere your mind rests in. When that atmosphere is gentle, healing happens naturally. You do not need to stay awake to receive this. You do not need to focus. The more you drift, the deeper these messages can settle. You may feel yourself sinking now, as though the edges of your body are dissolving into comfort. This is not losing yourself. This is returning to yourself. The night is a sacred time. It is when defenses soften. It is when old walls quietly come down. It is when the deepest parts of you are open to love without resistance. You may gently repeat, if it feels comforting, life supports me. Let the words be faint. Let them fade quickly. They are not meant to be held. They are meant to be received. Nothing is being asked of you. Not improvement, not understanding, not change. Simply rest. If thoughts return briefly, let them pass. They do not need attention. They are like echoes in an empty room. They fade on their own. Your breath may become slower now. Longer pauses between breaths. This is a sign of trust. The body does not slow unless it feels safe. You may feel warmth in your chest, or a sense of openness, or simply a quiet stillness. All of these are welcome. I want you to know that healing does not stop when you fall asleep. It deepens. While you rest, your body restores itself. Your mind reorganizes. Your heart releases what it no longer needs. You do not have to witness this. It happens naturally, the way dawn follows night. You are not alone in this process. Life is with you, always has been. always will be. If there is anything left in you that feels uncertain, you may let it rest too. Uncertainty does not need resolution tonight. It needs kindness. You may gently say, I am at peace now. Let that be the last clear thought you hold. Let everything else soften into quiet. As sleep takes you, know that nothing has gone wrong in your life. You are not late. You are not broken. You are not failing at healing. You are learning a gentler way. And tonight, that gentleness is enough. Rest now. Sleep deeply. You are held. You do not need to listen now. You do not need to follow these words. They are here to keep you company while you sleep. Your body is resting deeply. Your breath is slow and easy. There is nothing you need to hold on to. While you sleep, life continues to care for you. Your body continues to restore itself. Your heart continues to soften in its own way. There is no effort involved. There is no work required. Healing happens naturally when you are at rest. You may be drifting in and out of dreams now. Thoughts come and go without meaning. Images rise and dissolve gently. Your subconscious is open and receptive. It listens without judgment. It receives without argument. Every loving word spoken tonight has been heard. Every gentle thought has been accepted. Nothing has been wasted. Old patterns are loosening quietly. Old tensions are releasing without struggle. Old beliefs no longer needed are falling away. You are safe in this moment. You are safe in your body. You are safe in your life. There is no need to hurry. There is no need to improve. There is no need to change anything now. Your body knows how to return to balance. It has done this many times before. It will do it again tonight. Each cell is responding to rest. Each breath supports renewal. Each moment of sleep deepens ease. If dreams come, let them pass freely. If thoughts arise, let them drift away. Nothing needs attention. Life is gentle with you now. Life supports you without condition. Life continues even while you rest. You may notice deeper stillness now, a quiet space with no effort, a sense of being held. This is your natural state. This is where healing lives. This is where peace begins. There is nothing you must remember. There is nothing you must understand. Only rest. And as the night continues, as sleep deepens and softens, everything within you is allowed to be exactly as it is. You are cared for. You are supported. You are loved. And you may continue to sleep now, comfortably, quietly, while healing unfolds in the easiest way possible. Life loves you. You are sleeping now. There is no need to wake. These words are only a soft presence. The night is holding you. The world is quiet. Nothing is being asked of you. Your body rests in its own rhythm. Your breath comes and goes easily. Every part of you is allowed to be at ease. While you sleep, your body remembers balance. It releases what it no longer needs. It restores itself naturally. There is no effort in this process. There is no striving. There is only allowance. Each cell responds to gentleness. Each moment of rest supports renewal. Life works quietly in your favor. You do not need to guide this. You do not need to watch it. Healing unfolds on its own. The night moves forward slowly. Time feels distant. Everything is calm. Old concerns have no voice here. Old worries have no place here. They dissolve in rest. Your subconscious listens to safety. It listens to reassurance. It listens to love. Peace settles more deeply now, not as a thought, but as a feeling of being held. Nothing is missing. Nothing is wrong. Nothing needs correction. You are exactly where you need to be. Your body knows this. Your heart knows this. As the hours pass, as sleep continues to deepen, everything within you softens further. Life supports you even now, even in silence, even in sleep. The coming day does not need preparation. It will meet you gently. You will meet it rested. For now there is only night, only stillness, only rest. You may drift freely. You may dream or not dream. All is well. Your body remains safe. Your heart remains calm. Your mind remains at ease. And when morning eventually comes, it will arrive quietly, without urgency. Until then, you are held, you are supported, you are at peace. Sleep deeply now. Healing continues. Life loves you. You are still resting now. There is no need to change your position. There is no need to listen closely. These words are not meant to be followed. They are meant to be felt, or simply allowed to pass through you. Somewhere within you, a deeper quiet has settled. Not the quiet that comes from exhaustion, but the quiet that comes from safety. I want you to know that this quiet is not fragile. It does not disappear when the world becomes busy again. It lives beneath the surface, waiting patiently. So many people believe peace is something that must be held onto tightly. They fear that if they relax, it will slip away. But peace is not something you lose. It is something you return to. Tonight, you have returned. You have returned to a place within yourself that was never damaged, never rushed, never demanded to be anything other than what it is. This place does not argue with life. It does not measure progress. It does not ask how long healing will take. It simply allows. I want to speak gently now to the part of you that has spent many years trying to be better, trying to be stronger, trying to heal faster. That part has worked very hard. It deserves gratitude, not correction. You can let it rest now. There is another way of living that does not rely on effort. It relies on trust. Trust that life knows how to support you. Trust that your body knows how to restore itself. Trust that your heart knows how to soften when it feels safe. This trust is not blind. It is learned through experience. And tonight, you are experiencing it. You may notice that nothing terrible has happened by resting. Nothing has fallen apart. Nothing has been lost. In fact, something has been gained. A gentler relationship with yourself, a quieter inner world, a sense that you do not have to carry everything alone. This is not a small thing. This changes the way life feels over time. Many years are lost living in constant tension, years spent bracing, worrying, correcting, enduring. When tension dissolves, life opens. You begin to respond instead of react. You recover more quickly from difficult days. You stop exhausting yourself over things that no longer matter. This is how healing becomes sustainable. You are not meant to live in a state of constant alert. Your body was designed for cycles, movement and rest, attention and release, day and night. Tonight, you are honoring that rhythm. You are allowing night to be night. You are allowing yourself to be held by darkness without fear. Darkness is not emptiness. It is rest. The seeds of healing are planted in stillness. They do not need supervision. They grow quietly in their own time. You may not notice change right away. That is all right. Real change does not announce itself. It shows up later as ease, as resilience, as a softer way of meeting life. You may wake tomorrow and find that nothing looks different, and yet something will be. You will be a little kinder with yourself, a little slower to judge, a little quicker to rest. These small shifts matter more than grand intentions. I want you to know that you can return to this state again, not only at night, but in small moments during the day. A pause, a breath, a gentle word inward. You do not need special conditions to feel supported. Support is available now. It always has been. Life is not asking you to struggle your way forward. It is inviting you to cooperate, to listen, to allow. When you live this way, healing becomes less dramatic and more constant. It becomes woven into daily life. It becomes the background rather than the goal. You are not broken. You never were. You adapted. You survived. You learned. Now you are learning something new. You are learning that love is more effective than pressure, that rest is wiser than force, that gentleness is not weakness, it is intelligence. As you continue to rest, as the night moves on without urgency, let this understanding settle deeply. You do not need to remember it with your mind. Your body will remember. And when morning eventually arrives, you will not need to rush into it. It will meet you softly. You will meet it with more ease than before, for now there is nothing to do. Nothing to plan, nothing to improve, only rest, only allowance, only the quiet reassurance that you are supported, you are held by life itself, you are safe in this moment. And you are exactly where you need to be. Sleep on. Healing continues. Life loves you. You are resting now, and there is nothing you need to understand about that. Rest does not require explanation. It does not ask permission. It simply happens when you stop resisting it. I want you to know that there is no correct way to experience this moment. Whether you are fully asleep, drifting in and out, or quietly aware, everything is exactly as it should be. Healing does not depend on attention. It depends on openness. Somewhere within you, something has softened, not dramatically, not loudly, just enough. That softening is important. It means the part of you that has been holding everything together has finally loosened its grip. The part that believed it must stay alert, stay strong, stay ready, has realized it can rest. You may not remember when that belief first formed. Perhaps it began long ago, when it felt safer to be vigilant than vulnerable. Perhaps it grew slowly, shaped by responsibility and care. Either way, it no longer needs to guide you. You are allowed to be held now. Life does not expect you to carry it alone. It never did. Support has always been present, even when you could not feel it. Tonight, you are remembering that. You are remembering what it feels like to exist without effort, to breathe without watching yourself breathe, to be without measuring yourself. This remembering is gentle. It does not force change. It invites it. Many people believe that peace is fragile, that it must be protected or earned or maintained. But peace is not fragile. It is patient. It waits beneath the noise. It waits beneath the habits of worry and self-correction. It waits until you are ready to stop pushing. And when you stop, it rises naturally. You do not need to take peace with you. It will follow you. It always does. You may notice in the days ahead that you recover more quickly from strain, that you speak to yourself more gently without trying, that rest comes a little easier. These are not accidents. They are signs that something fundamental has shifted. You are learning that being kind to yourself is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is the ground from which everything else grows. I want to reassure you of something very important. You do not need to complete healing. Healing is not a task with an end point. Healing is a relationship. And that relationship deepens every time you choose softness over struggle. You may still have difficult days. You may still feel tired or uncertain at times. That does not mean you have lost anything. It means you are human. And now you are human with support. There is nothing waiting for you to become someone else. There is nothing missing that you must find. You are already enough to be here, to rest, to receive. Let that understanding settle quietly into your body, not as a thought, as a feeling